Hello, and welcome to the live stream. I will be back in about 20 seconds, and then I will introduce tonight's episode. But y'all, it's another unboxing. Don't you love unboxings? I love unboxings. That's the reason why I'm doing it. It's just like, yes, I know you guys love a good unboxing, but like, so do I. And so it's like, it's kind of for me, but it's kind of you, but it's kind of for me as well. So I will be right back. Welcome to another episode of Tarot by Hilary Live. I am your hostess with the mostest, Hilary of tarotbyhilary.com, professional tarot reader and EFT tapping practitioner, here to demystify the mystical and put you in touch with the most beautiful of gifts, your own intuition. Because yes, my friends, do not argue with me. You have intuition. So on tonight's episode, we are going to be doing an unboxing. It's another Oracle deck, y'all. Unboxing the Citadel, a fantasy oracle by Fen Inkwright. Really beautiful deck. And this is a true unboxing because look, see the shine? See the shiny shine? It has not been unboxed yet. So I have my Morticia Adams embroidery scissors here. So we are going to be doing an unboxing of this deck. But first, as usual, we're going to be doing astrology from Teresa Reed's wonderful AstroBiz Digest. And y'all, Mercury has been retrograding. Or as my friend likes to say, Mercury is in Gatorade. It has been an interesting Mercury retrograde so far. We still have a little while of it to go, I believe, until December 15th. So, roll with it. I'll give you some advice on how to roll with Mercury retrograde. We also have an entire live stream episode, a past replay of an episode all about Mercury retrograde and Mercury retrograde horror stories and how to avoid Mercury and Gatorade fuckery. So you might want to check out that episode. But basically, Mercury is the planet of travel, communication, and technology. And when Mercury seems to go backwards in the sky, that is a retrograde motion. And so those three topics are affected. So basically, plan for buffer time if you are traveling. Make sure your technology was backed up before Mercury went into retrograde, and make sure your communication is crystal clear. These are ways to have a more peaceful Mercury retrograde. And just breathe, just go with it. So we will be doing the astrology at the top of the episode, but I know Mercury retrograde, it's a big factor right now. Like, why holiday season with Mercury retrograde? Why Black Friday with Mercury retrograde? But like, it happens 3 to 4 times a year for 3 to 4 weeks at a time. So you got to learn how to roll with it instead of like sticking your head in the sand. So anyway, so astrology from Teresa Reed's wonderful AstroBiz Digest. The main topic of tonight's episode is unboxing the Citadel Oracle. Then we will break for the mid-episode reading, in which one lucky viewer wins a free 3-card reading with me live on the broadcast. And we can do that a little bit with the Citadel, and we can also do that with tarot. I've got my trusty tarot decks with me as well. And then at the end of the episode will be the weekend forecast, in which I pull a tarot card and an oracle card so that you can enter into the weekend prepared and not scared. And Fran is here. Hello, Fran. Internet and cable down just in my neighborhood. That is an excellent example of Mercury retrograding or Mercury Gatorading. So breathe. Deep breaths. Deep breaths. I feel like the shadow period was particularly bad this year too. I mean, not just this year, but this particular um, Mercury retrograde shadow period, the lead up before the retrograde, it was pretty bad. Like internet problems for no reason whatsoever, just random weirdness all over the place, and a lot of miscommunications, a lot of miscommunications. So let me go ahead and put up our agenda, which I made sure, like, look how quick I did it. I made sure to do it. Actually, when you were listening to the starting soon intro video. So right here is our agenda. So if you ever lose track, you can kind of figure out where we are in the broadcast. And yeah, so let us get started with the AstroBiz Digest. So the astrology from the AstroBiz Digest, I'm going to go ahead and show that on the screen and do this. I don't need to be seen. So astrology from the AstroBiz Digest. This is a subscription from Teresa Reed, aka the Tarot Lady. $99 for a year-long subscription. Astrology in layman's terms, straight to your email inbox. It is geared towards entrepreneurs and business owners, but I have found it to be very helpful in planning my personal life as well. And I'm just going to assume that things are running well on the Book of Face and the Tube of You, because it looks good to me. All right. Astro Digest. And I'm going to go ahead and show that on screen if you want to purchase a copy for yourselves. I usually focus on the main transits and then Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, because we don't want to give away the farm. We want to be able to support Teresa and her wonderful work. So I'm going to go ahead and hide that and put this up. Okay, good. So this week, Thanksgiving happens in the States. That was yesterday. If you celebrate, happy Turkey Day. And if that's not your jam, I hope you find something fun to do with your day off, unless you decide to work. The big astrological news of the week: Mercury is officially retrograde on Monday. So this past Monday, it went retrograde. This pesky transit snarls travel plans, disrupts technology, and messes with communication. In Sagittarius, words can become problematic, especially if you tend to shoot from the hip. Oops. Yeah, that's kind of me. So what to do? Slow down. Think before you speak or hit send. Are your words kind, or are you brutal with your honesty? Tact is necessary if you want to avoid getting canceled or pissing off the wrong person. Of course, it goes without saying, back up your computer and your website. Don't leave your work in a vulnerable position. Mercury will be direct on December 15th. So I knew. That's the big astrological news of the week. It just went retrograde on Monday. We have a couple of weeks of this, and then it will go direct on December 15th. Now, Mercury retrograde isn't the only star of this week's show. We also have a lovely new moon in Sagittarius on December 1st at 1:22 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, November 30th if you are in Mountain Time. This bodes well for travel, publishing, learning, and teaching, but do keep in mind that Mercury is retrograde when you're doing that, so a little care is needed. Set intentions for adventure, business travel, publishing, truth, and education. Learn how to do that with New Moon Astrology by Jan Spiller. It's my favorite manifesting resource, hands down. So Teresa always recommends that book, New Moon Astrology by Jan Spiller, for new moon intention setting. All right, let us get into the nitty gritty for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, shall we? Friday morning is easy peasy. Use this vibe to research, strategize, or review the profit and loss statements. If you've been negligent with your bookkeeping, this might be a great day to catch up. The best time for a post-Thanksgiving sale is the Moon-Venus sextile at 1:51 p.m. Send a sales newsletter to your subscribers, pop out a social media meme, or whatever you feel like. Folks are in the mood to spend. The Moon-Uranus opposition at 8:32 p.m. paints the evening with a coat of unpredictable bullshit. Well, we will be done with the live stream at that point, folks. Defo shut the show down before then. People will be wild. Power day for Scorpio, weekday for Taurus. All right. Ready for Saturday and Sunday, folks? By the way, I am having a glass of wine because I did a tiny little live over on the gram of Insta, just like as I was driving home from my retail shift, because I didn't get to do my PSA of like, retail workers are humans too. Please be kind. But say la vie, it wasn't that bad. I've definitely had worse Black Fridays. But I am treating myself a little bit to a nice glass of wine. And this will probably be my only glass of wine. So, because I'm working all weekend. All right. Saturday. Saturday finds the moon in jovial Sagittarius at 6:53 a.m. This lunation is marvelous for business travel despite Mercury retrograde. Okay, Teresa. Publishing, broadcasting, and big thinking. Powerful conversations can happen when the moon sextiles Pluto at 7:18 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. An early morning meeting with your team could get things moving over the next 2 days. Assertive marketing will lead to increased sales if you hit it around 6:23 p.m. People want to blow their cash now, so market hard. The new moon in Sagittarius arrives on Sunday at 1:21 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So we already talked a little bit about that. If you feel cranky when you get up, the Moon-Saturn square at 7:49 a.m. could be the culprit. Go back to bed if you can. The Moon-Jupiter opposition at 3:45 p.m. on Sunday stirs trouble. Be mindful if you're traveling or broadcasting around this time. One wrong move could cost you plenty. At 8:29 p.m., the moon conjoins with with Sagittarius, a dynamic time for marketing, newsletters, and pitching. It's also swell for truthful conversations. If you need to have that little talk with a client or team member, do it now over a fabulous meal, of course. Both days this weekend are power days for Sagittarius and weak days for Gemini. So, that is that for astrology from the Astro Biz Digest. Does anyone want me to take a look at Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday for like the nitty-gritty details? If you were having a kind of weird day on those days, let me know and I will take a peek. If not, we will move on to unboxing the Citadel Oracle. And I am taking off my shoes and my socks because my dogs are barking. Whew. Okay. And just for funsies, I am going to double check that everything is broadcasting correctly. Because I'm a little bit like, all of that talk about Mercury and Gatorade is enough sometimes to make things go a little bit weebly wobbly. So I'm going to do a little tech check before we continue. And Fran had to feed the dogs. Yes, that's very important too. Gotta feed those pupperoos. By the way, did you guys watch the dog show yesterday? Did you just see the Best in Show? Spoiler alert, it was a pug. It was a pug named Vito. Yeah, everything seems a little slow. Seems okay though. Looking good on the two of you. Prince saying it's the looks they give you. What, the dogs? Looks good over there too. All right, we're cooking with gas, folks. We're good. We're good. Okay. Had to check. Had to check. Mercury and Gatorade. Had to check. All right. So no questions or comments or concerns for the astrology besides like Monday. Like if your Monday was wacky, it was Mercury and Gatorade. That's when it went retrograde. So like travel, communication, and technology, all affected by that. So Moon and Libra as well on Monday. Yeah, and it was also a power day for Libra and a weak day for Aries. So that was just like that was an extra jolt to the system for me anyway. Card carrying Aries. Oh boy. And of course, true to form, my mother is texting me during the broadcast. No thanks. To make. Mm-mm-mm. All right. Okay, I think we're good. So let us move on to unboxing. Unboxing the Citadel. So this is a deck that I have been eyeing for a really, really long time. And I can't remember. So it's from Sterling Ethos. That's the publisher, New York, New York. And I could have sworn this was a liminal 11 deck. I could be wrong about that. I'm gonna take a quick peek. The Citadel Oracle deck. Liminal 11? Question mark? Yeah, I think this was originally a a liminal 11 deck, but I think it was taken, or at least the copyright or the distribution was taken over by Sterling Ethos, because the imprint is there. Now, the reason why I know that it was a liminal 11 is because, see at the bottom here, these two wands, that is kind of, I wouldn't say it's the logo of liminal 11, but I do remember seeing that a lot on their packaging. So yes, I think it was formerly a liminal 11 deck, but is now distributed by Sterling Ethos. So The Citadel, a Fantasy Oracle by Fen Inkwright. Look, golden, glittery. The top right there. Sides. And sides. All right, should we dive in? I'm ready. I'm ready. And the shape of these are very intriguing too. So let me read the backs first. So the Citadel is an archetype oracle deck that is steeped in the magic of fantasy literature and tabletop gaming. So apparently this might be associated with the tabletop RPG. Each reading of the Citadel will take you on a new journey through the gleaming city, experiencing new places, new people, and most importantly, new lessons to learn. Are you ready to take the next step on your journey? Pick up your bags, open the gates, and step inside. All right, I'll step inside. I'll come on the journey. Thank you. So what I like to do for these so that I don't damage the deck is I'll find the seam and I'll get in there with my sharp little embroidery scissors and just make a little hole. Oh yeah, that was a good one. ASMR. So Fran says, I put the last one on my wish list. I just can't buy them all at once. Which one? The Green Witch? The one that we're working with this month? Green Witch Oracle? It's an excellent deck. I really like it. We got, oh gosh, we got Oak. I think we got Oak Tree today for our card of the day, which I only posted to the gram of Insta. My apologies for that. Let me see here. Yeah, we got Oak Tree for power, courage, and strength. The mighty oak begins as a tiny acorn. It is reassuring to know that something so immense and strong started out as something you can hold between two fingers. Oh, the call out one? Wait a minute. This one? The Roast Iconic? 30 cards for getting wrecked by the universe? I gotta stop, guys. I gotta stop. This is getting bad. Okay, so just open. And oh yeah, this is originally liminal 11. Totally. Because look at this. Magnetic closure. Magnetic. We stand a magnetic closure. And then there's this writing underneath, and I'm gonna butcher it. Faber est sui quisquia fortunae. And pull out. Yeah, this is totally originally a liminal 11 for sure. Look in there. Look in there. Can you see? By the way, if you're seeing spammers in the chat, just know I'm not affiliated with them, and go ahead and ignore, and I'll block and report later. Yeah, I know, Fran, right? We stan a magnetic closure. Ooh, okay. Okay. Ooh, okay. A little bit of protection there. And here we go. Guys. Uh-huh. Liking it so far. So here is the little booklets, and here are the cards. So here's the backs of the cards. Notice the shape is an unusual shape. Okay, and there's the first card there, which is the aspirant, ambition, diligence, and setbacks. Let's go ahead and take the plasticine off of that, baby. So, wow. Look at the witch card. The witch for experimentation and rebellion. Look at that gold leaf. Oh, I'm so happy I bought these. I'm so happy I bought these. So pretty. A lot of cards too, all different cards. So again, Oracle decks do not follow a structure of a tarot deck. They're completely a different rule set onto their own. And this one, the Citadel, has the instructional booklet here by Fen Inkwright. Ooh, new deck smell. And here is the Citadel. So I have heard that is it okay? Is it equal shape, bottom and top? Yes. Yes. It is equal. So you cannot tell upright or reversed. Even though with an oracle deck, sometimes I don't really need to do upright or reversed meanings with the oracle decks. It's just that's just not how I play with the oracle decks, but who knows? Like you do you. So yeah, first published in 2023 by Liminal 11. So new copyright 2023. Sterling Ethos and distinctive Sterling Ethos logo registered trademarks of Sterling Publishing Co. Inc. But yes, it was originally a Liminal 11. Quick reading guide, foreword, a word from the author, your journey through the Citadel, how the Citadel works, card meanings, gaming with the Citadel, spreads, and contemplating the tarot. There is a quick reading guide at the front. And it looks like it has different suits too. So the word from the author is, thank you for picking up a copy of the Citadel. This deck is a tribute to fantasy literature and tabletop gaming. So I hope that here you'll find not just an oracle deck, but a new world, complete with a host of new characters to indulge your imagination with. During the process of creating this deck, I found myself building a universe rich with history as I illustrated the cards. Though some have certainly been designed as little tributes to famous fantasy worlds, the majority are unique to the Citadel. As I was creating them, certain cards jumped out as if to say, I'm important in this particular tale, while others seem to share such strong connections that they are, in my mind, inextricably linked. Though I made little nods to these secret links in the artwork, you may notice that some items appear on multiple cards. I won't reveal these stories to you, as a deck like this should adapt to the needs of the reader, and I want you to find your own stories in it. Which cards are connected, which represent people you know, which feel like a reflection of yourself. It's important for you to discover these in your own way. Those familiar with my first deck, the Seed and Sickle, may find this oracle a stark contrast to the first. If you were expecting another botanical deck full of folklore, you'll definitely be surprised. But to me, the two decks are something of a companion set. It was my initial forays into fantasy books that inspired my love for botanical folklore in the first place, so it only feels natural to step from one subject to another. You see, when I was very young, I picked up the Redwall books by author Brian Jacques. In this world of complex woodland societies and warring animal clans, I was introduced to the concept that plants could be used for medicines, for poisons, for magic. A concept that grabbed my imagination has shaped the direction of my life as it is now. I even once tried to write a novel of my own, steeped in the rich folklore and legends of Ireland, but I quickly learned that fiction writing was not for me, and that manuscript has been banished to the dusty corners of long-forgotten computer folders. Many years later, when my love of books had seeped over into the world of tabletop gaming, I wanted to combine my passion for plants and fantasy, and I aspired to write a short guide for gamers who wanted to incorporate plants into their own fictional worlds. A short guide quickly became a series of books for everyone to enjoy, and it's been a source of endless pleasure to see folk magic and healing and botanical curses and poisons being enjoyed by readers across both the gaming community and the wider world. So this deck is a tribute piece to every writer and every game that sculpted me. To Brian Jacques, who started it all. To Emma Villasili, who introduced me to Dungeons and Dragons almost 15 years ago. To Mark Hulmes and Andrew Ruddock, my first DMs. To Eleanor Tremere, who helped develop this deck into the diverse, beautiful tool that it is. To Garth Nix, J.R.R. Tolkien, Hiromu Arakawa, and every author who has ignited a spark of inspiration in us all. And to everyone who picks up this deck, may you never run out of good books, and may the dice ever roll in your favor. Which is lovely. So this is an oracle deck, an archetypal oracle deck that is steeped in the magic of the infinite worlds of fantasy literature and tabletop gaming. Each reading will take you on a new journey through the gleaming city so that you may experience new places, new people, and most importantly, new lessons to learn. If you're more familiar with reading the tarot than oracle decks, yes, you'll find tips on how to use this deck alongside the tarot at the back of this book. Beyond cartomancy, the Citadel can be used to supplement for a tabletop role-play games. That's very interesting. At the back of this book, you'll also find a guide on how to use the Citadel as a tool for generating new worlds, characters, and encounters for fantasy gameplay, and also probably for writing as well. So in the Citadel, how this deck works, each card represents an archetypal character who resides in the city, such as the champion or the poet, with a short description of what this archetype encapsulates and what message they can impart to you. Similar to the character cards, think kings, queens, knights, and pages of the tarot. These cards describe people. They are designed to be interpreted broadly. They may not just refer to you or to people in your life, but may also express aspects of a situation and help you reflect on your position, what you need, and how you can proceed. Like the tarot, this oracle is segmented into suits. Now, oftentimes, oracle decks are not segmented into suits. Very rare that they are, but in this particular case, this oracle deck and the creator of this oracle deck decided to situate them into suits. Each suit represents a stratum of the Citadel society, classes that populate different areas and levels of the city. Visually, you can imagine that the Citadel is built in a series of walled circles, each one joined to the next by a myriad of stairs and gateways. Each suit, and therefore social group, expresses certain themes and imparts certain messages. Right in the center of the Citadel, nested amongst all the other districts, is the court. Cards in the suit represent achievement and completion, yet also unbreakable bonds and a sense of ultimate responsibility. Encircling the court is the academy, representing those who flourish in acts of study and ingenuity. These cards represent learning, aspirations, and development. The largest circle, the outermost district of the city, houses the crowd, people who know the value of a day's labor and the importance of family, either found or given. Cards in the suit represent hard work and necessity, as well as fulfillment and community. A final suit, which moves between all parts of the city, is the troupe. These cards are visitors to the Citadel, the artists and creatives, folks who know how to mask their true desires in order to fit in with those around them. These are cards of self-expression and freedom, but also of doubt, inner turmoil, and personal identity. The Citadel is greater than the sum of its parts. The city and you can only flourish by acknowledging and balancing the strengths and weaknesses represented by all of the suits. So we have each of the courts have about 2 pages, each of the suits have 2 pages to describe them, and then the individual card meanings afterwards. So it looks as if and there's different spreads too. So let me flip, since we are primarily a live stream that deals with the tarot. I'm going to flip to the back of the book where it talks about using it with the tarot or complementing the tarot. Though the way oracles and tarot are read are distinctly different, they can both be used together to provide further insights if an initial spread leaves you uncertain. When reading a tarot spread, you may find yourself with further questions, in which case drawing an oracle card alongside the spread can provide further clarification. There are many ways in which this can be read, but here are 2 examples designed for the Citadel that you may want to use. So one is the gates. Make this 1 card draw before laying out your tarot spread. This card provides the background against which your events take place and may provide a broader contextual setting for your question. Ooh, that's interesting. And then the castle. This 1 card draw is made at the end of a tarot reading and provides clarification on how to resolve any difficulties that have been raised in the reading. Actually, I do that with oracle decks. That I will usually pull an oracle card at the end of a tarot reading to give closure to the reading. The tarot spread that you're using may already include an advice card, in which case do not use the castle card as a replacement, but as a second voice to help guide you. Cool. All right. So in the court is the aspirant, the assassin, the catalyst, the diviner, the fate, the founder, the heir, the hound, the king, the poet, and the queen, and the sleeper, and the spy master. I don't know how many cards are in this. Spy master, hold on. The waker, the wise one. So we do have a symbol here that shows on each card which is which. So you don't have to worry about like which card is which, like, oh, well, what's the walker in, or what's the catalyst in. It's in the book. So if you can look to see which suit it's in to like help you further interpret. So let's flip through some of these cards, right? So we have the aspirant, and notice this. So this symbol right here, that shows that that's in the suit of the court, this symbol here. So the aspirant, and it's a lot of cards, guys. So I'm just going to give you a rapid fire just to show you. But methinks I'm going to use this for December's deck of the month. We'll see. The diviner. So pretty, guys. Fate. The founder. The heir. The hound. The king. The poet. The queen. Look at the sleeper card. Guys, these are absolutely gorgeous. These are so beautiful. I'm going to put them down there. The spy master. The waker. So you got the sleeper and the waker. Look at that. See how the light is picking up that gold leaf? Oh, beautiful. And the wise one. So that is all in the suit of the court. Now then, let's see. So remember, the court is about achievement and responsibility. Heart of the Citadel. Oh, by the way, that's the element of fire. So there is elemental associations with this too, if that is helpful to you guys. So the Academy is the next suit. And the Academy is the element of air. The Acolyte. The Alchemist. Ah! And that's Latin on there. Salve et coagula. Now, if any of you have read the book Existential Kink by Carolyn Elliott, you know all about that. And if you haven't read it, I highly, highly recommend reading it. The Archer. The Astronomer. The Captain. The Cartographer. Champion. The Enchanter. The Guide. The Orator. The Patron. The Priest. The Scholar. The Sentinel. The Warrior. And I think that completes that suit. And now we move on to the element of earth, the crowd, community, and hard work. So we have the botanist, the forgotten. And yes, each of these does have a keyword underneath it, or two. The gambler, the hunter, the merchant, the miser, the muse, the pathless, the pilgrim, the sailor, the shepherd, the smith, the thief. I'm like already in my mind, I'm like looking at these cards and going like, ooh, like paired with the tarot, like this could be very, very clarifying for people. The vengeance, the walker. And I think that completes that suit. So moving on to the troop, which is internal thoughts and identity, closely connected with the element of water. The troop are stubborn enough to carve their way through the challenges of life, but also fall prey to the danger of trying to reshape themselves to fit into the containers that others make for them. All right, heard. The adventurer. The brawler. The chiromancer. Chiromancer or Chiromancer? The Dancer. Oh, the Dancer's really pretty, guys. The Herald. The Masquerary. The Musician. The Painter. Wow, that one's really pretty. The Puppeteer. The Runaway. The Storyteller. The Tailor. Wasn't planning on going through all of them, but we're almost there. The Twins. The Weaver. And finally, the Witch. So that is the entirety of the Citadel. And I'm going to go ahead and shuffle. And I haven't really been making it a habit to ask the deck, like, how it's going to be working with it. But why not? So for tonight's mid-episode reading, if people are feeling up to it, if not, I totally understand. It seems a little bit quiet tonight. Maybe because I didn't advertise, because I was just like, I don't know if I'm going to feel up to doing an episode. And here I am doing a live stream episode. But we can use the tarot and also the Citadel. All right, that was a flyer, guys. So methinks this is the card that wants us to take notice of it. Okay, that makes sense. So we are getting the Catalyst. So let us look up the meaning of the Catalyst. But the Catalyst is, I'm going to go with the quick, there was a quick chart, I think, at the beginning. Yes. The Catalyst, I believe, is the Court, which falls into achievement and responsibility. Yes, radical changes in taking control. Page 28. So here we go. So artifacts lay scattered across the table. A diviner might be able to decipher their meaning, but to the Catalyst, they are just a frustrating jumble of clutter. Wherever they go, they seem to be the inciter of change, whether they intended to or not. They have toppled empires and ended the reigns of kings. And though something has always grown from the rubble, they're always left wondering what calamity comes next. Life does not exist in a state of stasis, and meaningful development only comes with change. To resist it is to resist growth. You must become the catalyst that shakes the very foundations of life. You are the hurricane that blows the cobwebs from the corners. You are the bolt of lightning that topples the tower. So, feels a little towery to me. You may not know what form this change will take, but change has to happen. Through upheaval, chaos, and destruction, you will be able to start anew. That is like classic tower energy. So, and by the way, this book has both upright and reversed meanings. So does that mean you should work with reversals with this deck? It's completely up to you, but you can, and you do have you can if you want to, and you do have the reverse meanings in here. So that's what we need to know about working with this deck when we choose to work with this deck. The Catalyst, radical changes and taking control. Makes sense. All right. Do we want to do a mid-episode reading, my dears? Because I will pull 3 cards from the tarot. And I will add on a 4th card from the Citadel. Yeah, Fran, I know. It fits. It fits. Mm-hmm. Okay. Let's go ahead and do the mid-episode reading. And let's put up that comment snake and the lottery jar. And countdown. Let's give it 3 minutes and 33 seconds. And your opportunity to win a mid-episode reading starts now. Go ahead and comment tarot, T-A-R-O-T, in the chat within the next 3 minutes and 21 seconds. And you will be in the running to win the mid-episode reading this week. If not, and we have no takers, we will just move right on to the weekend forecast. I was actually a little bit concerned about this shape because it is a kind of weird shape, but it is nice and long this way. So there's plenty of room. You know, it's not too bumpy or weird. It's good. It actually feels quite nice. Good cardstock. Not too thick, not too thin. Shuffles pretty well. New deck smell. New deck smell. So Fran has put in her lottery jar for the mid-episode reading. And if there are no other takers, then Fran takes it. I'm very curious about what's going to come up with the cards and the tarot. Which deck? I need to know. Oh, and Anastasia is also here. Tarot. All right. So 50-50 shot right now. So Fran says, I have a deck I love, but it's a tad too thin. Which deck? Because I feel you. Like sometimes with cardstock, it's just like, oh no. Like I really love the Steampunk Tarot that came out from Llewellyn, but it's a little thin. And sometimes it gets bendy, and I'm sad about that. Yes. I have that one. I agree with you. The Pulp Tarot. It's a beautiful deck. It was also gifted to me. So, you know, I feel a little bit bad about that because it was a gift, you know. And otherwise, I really like that deck, but I agree with you. The cardstock is a little thin. You have to be really delicately shuffling that deck in order to use it. So all right, less than a minute, and I will pull out my reflective tarot. So we have the decks that are going to be used. I don't know, like I keep on looking at the Roast Iconic. And it's such a little deck. It's only 30 cards, but like the other day when I used it, like, man, it was just like a slap in the face. Like it's not messing around. All right, contest is over. Let me go ahead and hide this, and let's go ahead and pull a winner. And the winner tonight is Anastasia. So I don't know if you're new to the episode, but go ahead and put your question into the chat. I will pull 3 tarot cards for the question, including a 4th card from the deck that we unboxed tonight, the Citadel Oracle, and I will give you a reading right here live on the broadcast. Yay! Welcome! Well, welcome. Always nice to see new people here because I've been doing this for 5 years. Every Friday night, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Okay. I will do my best. So the question is, what are the person of interest's feelings towards me? And this is actually probably a really great example of seeing the Citadel in action. It might provide some real clarification, especially if the tarot gets a little bit like, wishy-washy, because sometimes the tarot will do that. Sometimes it'll be like, I don't want to say. So I'm going to ask the question of the tarot. I'm going to pull 3 cards for you. And I'm also going to ask the tarot to be as clear as possible. Oh, what are their feelings? All right, one more shuffle and then I think we're ready. Okay, good. All right. I've pulled the 3 tarot cards. There's a lot of passion. There's a lot of fire energy, but I'm not seeing any cups in the reading. So that either it can mean one of 2 things. It's either like, don't worry about the emotions, or it's almost like there is no emotional connection there, but there's a lot of passion there. So I will tell you exactly which cards came up, but let me shuffle and pull 1 card from the Citadel, and that could also provide us a little bit more clarification too. And if any of the assassin or the treachery cards come up, I'm going to be like, run in the other direction. Let's see. Okay, this is interesting. I think that they're into you, but also they're very, very busy and they're very, very serious as well. They're very passionate, not just about you, but they're passionate about their projects, their ideas, their stuff, because we're getting the Acolyte card as well coming up. And to me, the Acolyte card, from what I've just read about like the Citadel, the keywords that go with the Acolyte card is new projects and learning. So that to me is just like, there's passion, but there's also like, they've got a lot of stuff going on, and it's just like, based on the cards that are coming up here. So I'm going to show you overall. You've got the 6 of Wands. So 6 of Wands is a very good card. It's called the Lord of Victory in most traditional Rider-Waite-Smith based decks. You got the ticker tape parade, etc. And wands are the suit of fire, the will, the drive, the why do you want what you want. So good card. However, you are getting the Ace of Pentacles reversed. So to me, that is like, there's a little bit of a blockage there. They might be really, really into their career right now, or work, or their job, or like trying to get their like foundation set underneath them. So I feel like there is a little bit of a blockage there with the reversal. And then you are also getting the 5 of Wands also reversed. And the 5 of Wands is a lot of like group politics, competition. It's just like, it feels like they're very focused right now. And it's just like, they want to be into you. And I don't think that, I think that they are into you, but it's just like, there's a lot of other conflicting things coming up over the top to like prevent them from really like giving you the time that you feel you deserve, because you do deserve time from this person. You deserve attention from this person, but it's just like they've just got so much going on, Anastasia. They do. So it has a little bit to do with you and also like nothing to do with you. So like don't feel bad if it's just like they're not giving you the time of day. It's just like they are just like overwhelmed with stuff right now. So that's what the tarot is saying. Okay. And very competitive as well. Like also like competitive, but not competitive. Because it's just like, I feel like they're in a career where it's just like, it's forcing them to be more competitive than they actually are. Like, I feel like they're way more laid back personally, but they're kind of like having to be forced to be competitive professionally. And it's like kind of a little bit jarring for them too. So the Acolyte, which is the clarifying card, the Oracle card on top of the tarot deck, is... So this is in the second suit of this deck, which is the Academy, Development and Growth, New Projects and Learning. So, and it's a beautiful card too. Beyond the awe-inspiring hush of the temple is a rush of productivity. Students in ill-fitting robes rush past, arms full of books, or sit in quiet rows as they study their scriptures. Under the priest's wise guidance, the acolyte is eager to begin their journey of learning. They fear that they'll never be good enough to step into the role ahead of them. Even so, they're excited for the world that is opening up to them, and they're determined to embrace it with conviction. If it feels like you're not making progress lately, it may be time to think about learning something new and expanding your horizons. Take up a hobby, a new class, or a fresh experience. You'll enjoy the rewards immensely and immediately. Learning is an infinite journey. Embracing the fun of new experiences will provide the fresh perspective you need. So to me, that's like kind of a message for you, but kind of a message for them as well. Like, I feel like they're already expanding their horizons. It's just like, it's just a lot. It's a lot. They're trying to do too many things at once. And it's all very exciting and new, but it also doesn't leave a lot of time for love, if you know what I mean. Oh. Okay, this is very accurate. It's scary. You're welcome. I'll take the compliment if that is a compliment. So that is your reading, Anastasia. I thank you for participating in the mid-episode reading. It's an act of vulnerability to be read for in a public space. So I appreciate you putting your name in the pot and being read for me, read for, in the public space. And if you want to go even deeper, you can always book a private session with me, tarotbyhilary.com. That is what I'm there for. But I hope this helped. So it's just like, I don't think it's like, they're very driven, and they're very passionate and they're very driven. And it's just like, they want to give everything their all, but I feel like they're spread a little too thin right now. And it's just like, it has nothing to do with you, honey. Okay. You're welcome. All right. Ooh, I dig this deck, guys. I like it. Ooh, okay. I'm excited. Thank you, Citadel Oracle. New deck spell. All right. Do we have any questions about the Citadel? Do we want this to be the deck of the month for card of the day pulls for December? Let me know in the chat. I'm open to it. I didn't know if I wanted to necessarily do 2 Oracle decks like in a row back to back for November and December, but I'm kind of open to it. I'm digging it. Do we want to do the weekend forecast with this as well? I say yes. For what? For both? Okay. All right. Let's do the weekend forecast. All right. What do we need to know for this weekend as I go into my, I continue to work retail. But what do we all need to know from the Citadel Oracle for this weekend? Ooh, the King. Control and reversal of fortune. Oh, I understand that, Fran. I am just one wording it tonight. I have to people tomorrow. I get it. I understand that. All right. So the King, I think that is a court card of achievement and responsibility. Page 40. Okay. So our weekend forecast is the King, and I will hold him up. And yeah, and yeah, okay. The cheering of the crowd is deafening. Rose petals drift through the air, brushing against the king's gleaming armor as they ride ahead of the parade atop a pristine white horse. They sit proud and indomitable, unaware that the moment their fate changes, they may not be so prepared to handle a shift in fortunes. Power, celebration, honors. From a young age, the king has always found that things come easily to them. But there is a catch to being a gifted child. They have never learned the value of hard work, and therein lies their downfall. The king is a reminder that taking things for granted can cause irreparable mistakes. Now is the ideal time to practice awareness and value the benefits that come from working at a problem, even if you think you already know the answer. Beginner's mind, folks. Don't dismiss the wisdom of those who try to show you a new way of working out a solution. So that's what we need to know for this weekend. That's the weekend forecast from the Citadel Oracle. And that's it for tonight. Thank you all so much for watching. I do want to remind you, we do this every Friday night at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on the Book of Face and the Tube of You. And I do private readings at tarotbyhilary.com. So if you want to go ahead and book a session, I do tarot readings and tapping sessions. If you don't know what tapping is, you can find out all about that on my website as well. Thank you all so much for watching. And yeah, hold on one second. Let me take this down. Actually, no, not this down. All right. What? A short night. I know. That's it. That's it, right? A little over an hour. We did it. All right. Let me take this down. Thank you again so much for watching, everybody. Once again, I am Hilary, professional tarot reader and EFT tapping practitioner, here to demystify the mystical and put you in touch with the most beautiful of gifts, your own intuition. Because yes, my friends, do not argue with me. You have intuition. Have a fabulous weekend, a fabulous week, and I will see you once again next Friday, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I did see that we had some comments about mediumship, and I am very sorry for your loss. I don't consider myself to be a medium, but if you want to go ahead and shoot me an email, I can put you in touch with some referrals to mediums that I know and like and trust. So, but me, I can do it through the tarot, but I don't want to purport myself to be a medium because that's really not my specialty. But I'll put you in touch with someone that that I can refer you to. All right. Have a wonderful night, wonderful weekend, everybody, and I will see you next Friday. Bye. Where the heck is my thing? I keep on. Hold on one second. Images and videos. Let me move my cards out of the way here. Ha! Found it. All right. I'm going for real this time. Bye.